also want to do some themed arenas. And what I mean by themed arena is we'll make some rule at the beginning. So it may be like the first one I think I want to do is an expression from League of Legends, which is ARAM, A-R-A-M. And ARAM stands for all random, all mid. So for this first deck, we are going to take every card that's in the middle. Doesn't matter what it is, we're taking the middle card, and we'll see how good of a deck that makes. We may also decide that we're going to take the cheapest minion, or the cheapest card for every card. We may take the most expensive card for every card. Any ideas you guys have for other themes, we'll do that. We'll probably play a normal arena as well, especially if all of the themed arenas end up being complete and utter failures, which is entirely possible, but it should be fun. So, this first arena, as I said, is going to be an all random, all mid arena. And yeah, so we are going to take Priest, since that's the middle. Real quick, I just want to change one thing. Alright. So, as I said, we are going to go all random, all mid, and yeah. So, Twilight Drake's our first card. Shadow Sun Cleric, it's actually a really good card for Arena, so that's not a bad pick. Spiteful Smith. Considering that priests don't get any weapons, yeah. Alright. Oh, these Holy Novas just going right by us. And a mind control. Holy Smite's not bad. Mind Vision would be good. Elven Archer's not bad. Still not my first pick. Simple Enforcer's a solid card. That's not bad. Holy Fire, again, also not bad. Actually, of these three, I would probably take Holy Fire anyway. Ancient Watcher. Although with Silence from Priest, you can do some interesting things with Ancient Watcher. Abomination's not bad. Power Word Shield's pretty good too. We're getting some pretty decent cards here in the middle. And then, well, Cold Light Oracle, not very good, although at least it gives draw power. Although it's draw power to both players. We'll probably not take the Stormpike Commando here, but let's see. Wisp. So we get another weapon minion. Yeah. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a Thought Steal or something, and then we'll be able to steal a weapon from our opponent. Gerbershi Berserker's not bad at all. Our stat, you know, it's funny, our stat curve's actually not terrible. We have a lot of big minions. Novice Engineer, we got epics. Or not epics, legendaries. King Mukla, haven't seen him in a while. Alexstrasza is not bad, actually. I probably would take Alexstrasza of those three regardless. Hey, Johnny Be Good, welcome to the stream. Alright, so that's our ARAM deck. It's actually not terrible. Lack a little in terms of draw power, but the mana curve is not bad. We have some draw power. We have two relatively useless minions. But yeah. Well, Kaepernick, you might not have heard the beginning of the stream. We took all middle cards, as you probably picked up, so no choice but to take the Cold Light Oracle there. But, you know, we'll see how this goes. Not a traditional deck by any means, so... Alright, so this is the first game of this Priest ARAM Arena deck. That's all random, all mid, so we took every middle card that we got, and we'll see how we do. Should just be a fun deck. Hopefully we get some fun out of it. Hopefully we get some wins out of it. Who knows? Maybe this will be the secret to 9 wins. It's just, you know, taking all middle cards. So how's everybody doing tonight? I know quite a few of y'all are now in the beta.
The light shall bring victory. The light shall burn you.
Alright, so we're playing a priest. His name is Pizza. Honestly, that makes me kind of hungry. I need to eat dinner. Actually was gonna stream at 8 o'clock, and I actually really wanted to stream, so I decided to start an hour early. So I did not have dinner yet. Now the good thing about doing all random, all mid is I can't feel bad about how good or bad the deck is. So is anybody going to BlizzCon by chance? BlizzCon is next weekend. You should definitely check out. There's a Hearthstone tournament that's going to be during BlizzCon. It's Saturday morning, I think, at 10 Pacific. That's funny. That priest actually has a weapon card as well. It's interesting. See, we could Wolf Rider and take out. I think that's the play. Well, Wolf Rider take out his minion and do 3 damage. I have not been to BlizzCon. I kind of want to go sometime. I've got a couple friends that work at Blizzard that always try to get me to go. But yeah, should be fun. Definitely check out the Hearthstone tournament. It's going to be on next Saturday at 10 Pacific. I think you have to have a virtual ticket, but I'm sure it'll be up as a video on demand at some point. I'm hoping to see Noxious win, so. Just because I think Noxious is a good guy. Alright, so we have a couple choices here. We could go ahead and Mind Blast. I think actually I'm just going to drop the Jungle Panther and keep the pressure on. I've contemplated, so my current mage deck has charge minions in it as well as control. The reason I went with charge was because the problem I was running into is I never could get ahead, I never could gain tempo because my opponent would just clear my minions before I got to do anything with them. So charge addresses that, right? Because you get to use your minion and then, you know, it's still there or it's gone, but you get some use out of it. Stealth is kind of the same dynamic, so it's part of the reason why I was thinking about going with a stealth deck for my mage at some point. Let's see here. So Holy Smite would be 2. We don't really have a way to kill his Yeti. I think I'm just going to go Azure Drake. I'm going to go ahead and do 4 points of damage. He'll probably just kill it with his Yeti, but that keeps him from hitting us, and it takes him down to 1. Yeah. So my mage deck, it definitely struggles against priests at times, which I think priests are just pretty good right now, and it also struggles against hunters. I actually think Unleash the Hounds needs to be nerfed. I don't know if Unleash the Hounds needs to be nerfed, or maybe like Young Dragonhawk should just not be a beast. I mean, it is a dragon after all. Fairy Dragon is not a beast, and it's a dragon. So, yeah, I think they'll have to do something to it. Honestly, it's just too much right now. All right, so let's see. We can Holy Smite. We can clear the board here, which I think is the right play. Go ahead and get Dragon Link Mechanic down, establish some more board control. I just don't think, the reason I think the Blizzard will do something about it at some point, I think they have made a design decision not to have one-turn kill combos that you would hit somebody from pretty high up. And Unleash the Hounds is definitely that. I mean, I had 30 health. I wish I was streaming it. I had a game last night. I was at 30 health. The Hunter was at like 17. And he did his Unleash the Hounds combo. He got me down to 7. And then he eventually got me down to 1. And I ended up killing him. He actually had a trap down. If I had attacked him, he would have killed me with the explosive trap. But I didn't attack him, because I knew that's what it was. So, you know, we've got some pretty good damage here. We could do 10 points of damage in 2, 4 doesn't really get us anywhere. I think I'm actually going to go with Cold Light Oracle here. We both get 2 cards, but You know, AW, I don't buy the bit that the Unleash the Hounds combo is hard to get because every single hunter I play manages to pull it off. So last night when I played, I was like 9-1 or 10-1, and I'd lost to a priest, and then I almost lost to that hunter. So I think if they made Young Dragonhawk not a beast, that would probably do it. The other thing I suggested was to make... I think the other problem with Unleash the Hounds is it's so cheap that you can play a bunch of minions. I think they need to increase its cost. I would maybe make it 3 mana and do +2 in charge, or 4 mana and +2 in charge. You just shouldn't be able to play like 4 beasts, 3 beasts, 4 beasts, and then double Unleash the Hounds. You just shouldn't be able to do all that in one turn, honestly. The problem here is we don't have anything to kill minions with. Oh, Shadow Madness will help a lot. Alright. Well, it doesn't help that much. So let's see. Well, we can grab the Sun Fury Protector and kill his 3, 5, 7. We can kill his Twilight Drake.
Remember, kill the loss.
I got this.
Yeah, but Bloodlust, you can't do it. You can't do it on the same turn that you summon all your minions. At least with Bloodlust, you know there is a... Oh, I can't do that. You know there's a chance that you're going to be able to kill... I'm going to do a 3-for-1 trade here. Oh, I forgot to heal myself, damn it. Too quick on the click there. So with Bloodlust, you know, you can at least kind of see it coming and you have a chance to make sure you keep the minions clear. I mean, literally with Hunter, the only thing you can do to stop Unleash the Hounds is try to have Taunt up. With Bloodlust, you can kill the minions typically before he Bloodlusts them. Again, because Bloodlust costs 5 and Unleash the Hounds costs 1, so... It's a little bit of a mistake there. I should have healed myself. Yeah, Taunt is the counter, but if you play a heavy Taunt deck, you're just not gonna have the tempo you need. Yeah, Abomination is interesting. Yeah, I see Abomination being a good counter to it. So we could play Alexstrasza and reduce his health to 15. We could just Holy Fire and kill off his Gadgetzan Auctioneer. And what I'm worried about, well, it is Arena, so who knows if he has a Mind Control or not. I'm worried if I play Alexstrasza, he's going to Mind Control it. And I've got nothing to answer for that. I'm just going to go this route.
Remember, kill the loss.
Problem now is, in order to use Alexstrasza, I'm going to have to use it on myself, which is not the greatest. We're not in bad shape, obviously 30-12, but he's got a whole bunch of cards we don't. So.
I got the best deals anywhere. We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Still laughing at the spiteful Smith. Yeah, I just feel like they got to make some change to Unleash the Hounds. I just really do.
Remember, kill the loss.
Something about Unleash the Hounds just doesn't I don't know. I think Blizzard will change it again because I think it doesn't fit in well with how they want the game to go. They don't want one-turn kills really. And they also made it really interesting. If you haven't listened to the developers interview that Curse did, you can find it on the Hearthstone website. They interviewed some of the developers and they asked them, how do you come up with design changes? And one thing they talked about, which I thought was really interesting, I had never heard this from a designer, was that they don't look just at balance, they also look at things in the game that aren't fun. If something is done and it's not fun, like getting, the example he mentioned was with rogues just getting double head cracked over and over, it wasn't a fun experience for the opposing player. And I think that's where Unleash the Hounds is going to fall into. I think it's so demoralizing and not fun for the opposing player to go the whole game and feel like you're winning and then you die in one turn, that I think they're going to change it. I just think they'll change it. Big Game Hunter would have killed Alexstrasza too. Really lacking some draw power, although... Let's see. That's actually decently helpful.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
So if I heal the Smith, it's not going to matter because he'll get killed either way. So I think I'd rather just heal myself here.
Job's done.
This game could end up going down to fatigue. Well, maybe not, because he's got a lot of cards left. But we're over halfway. He's only got 10 cards. Ooh, Northshire Cleric. He's actually got quite a bit of draw power on the board. Yeah, Kaepernick, a new mechanic in the game where you destroy a random card in their hand. They've specifically said that they do not want to put mill mechanics in, where you have to, where you can mill other people's cards to destroy their cards. I don't expect that mechanic will ever come in. So for the record, if we had a weapon right now, it would have +2 attack. This is not looking good. Not looking good at all. Oh, Abomination. Nice. That will help.
Job's done.
You know, the idea of putting an Abomination in my mage deck is kind of interesting. I hadn't thought about that. And you're right, it would be a decent, somewhat counter. I really like where my mage deck is at right now. Pretty much, I beat everybody consistently except hunters and priests. And priests I probably beat 60% of the time. Hunters I probably only beat about 35% of the time. Well, the draw power Northshire Cleric is great, but he's only got 7 cards left, so drawing is not necessarily his friend. But he's going to have so much board presence out, and we have no way to get rid of it. I mean, I don't think there's really anything in our deck. We don't have a Holy Nova or anything because we took all the middle cards, so we had a good start. Now we get another Taunter. Let's see. Let's see, he got 6, 12, 14. He's got 20 points of damage. Probably gonna die, if not this turn. If he doesn't kill us this turn, we'll play Alexstrasza, heal ourselves to 15, and then he'll kill us after
Well
that.
played.
He'll probably just kill us either way, I suspect. Yeah, that Abomination was my board clear, right? Yeah, if he hadn't had that silence, and he had to eat the Abomination, that could have changed things. It would have killed almost everything, but not the Gadgerstain Auctioneer. Or the Flesh-Eating Ghoul, so... But yeah, I really do think for Unleash the Hounds, I think they need to make it more expensive. 1 health. Oh, he's got to have some direct damage in there, doesn't he? We can't do 15, unfortunately. It doesn't really matter what happens here.
I bring life.
Job's done.
Oh, now we die. Alright, this guy's taking too long.
You have best. Well played.
So that deck actually didn't do bad. The main issue is we just don't... You see my priest is still pretty low level here, so I'm gaining lots of experience. The main issue is we don't really have any AoE clear. We don't have mind control. So yeah, the ARAM deck not working so well. But that was somewhat expected, right? I recognize that guy.
Anduin.
Another priest.
Anduin.
Awesome.
The light shall bring victory. The light
Now, you know,
shall
when I'm
bring-
playing a deck like this, will be when I run into some really well-known streamer like a Day 9 or somebody. And they'll be like, wow, that's the horrible deck. That handsome friend on my list, AW. I'm impressed that you can tell someone's handsome just by their name on a friends list.
Do you need a blessing?
Nothing I can really coin into here, so we'll just play the Novice Engineer. Forgot I had Elven Archer. We got Alex Straza again already. Good coin in the Dragon Link mechanic. I'm gonna do that and go ahead and play Wisp as well.
Oh, if you're sure.
My guess is he'll kill the Dragon Link mechanic with his injured Blade Master and heal him. That'll put him at 3 health. We can then trade and kill him. Yeah, they've talked, you know, obviously the coin has been a topic of much discussion. According to Blizzard, their statistics are that the player going first still wins just over 50%. I'd be curious to see at high level constructed whether that's true or not. I tend to think going second helps. The only time going second doesn't really help is if your opponent has a 1-drop that's really good. Which sometimes happens, but not often. Let's see.
I wonder.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do.
One shot, one kill.
Oh, if you're sure.
I think I meant to do that backwards. Because if I had Elven Archer, the injured Blade Master, I could have killed... No, because he had 2 health. Never mind. It would have worked the same either way. I feel like I win more going second. But I think that's because... Again, I don't think people put a ton of 1-drops in their deck. They put a lot of 2-drops in their deck. So I would say... at least half the time, the player going first does nothing on turn 1. Whereas the player going second almost always does something on turn 1. Like with my mage, if I can coin Fairy Dragon on turn 1, I bet I win 90% of those games. Because I get so much tempo from that, and I can just keep clearing their minions over and over again. I'm a huge fan of the Fairy Dragon for sure. This is not the best trade, but I don't want him. I want to maintain some board presence here, so. I hate the Fairy Dragon too. I actually put Arcane Missiles into my Mage deck specifically to deal with Fairy Dragon. Or to try to deal with Fairy Dragon. I'm pretty happy with my Mage deck though. I do think, I mean, I kind of feel like I could tweak it some to deal with Hunters, but I don't know. I beat every class except for Hunter pretty easily. And even Priest I'm probably 500 against. Or better.
I'll give it a shot.
Oh, if you're sure.
Oh, I should have healed my Novice Engineer. I'm such a noob priest. I don't think about my hero power to heal minions. So we have Holy Fire for next turn. I wish it was Inner Fire to make him a 9/9. I will say the priest deck that I run into from time to time, I call it Miracle Priest, where they take like a Mogushan Warden and make him an 18/18 or something. That gets pretty annoying. The question is, do I Holy Fire or do I Temple Enforcer? Wish I had a bigger minion out there that I could buff up, but I don't. Could play Spiteful Smith this turn, and then Temple Enforcer next turn. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Bend to my command.
I'll give it a shot.
I'm gonna go ahead and 2 for 1 his Cult Master.
If you're sure.
We only have 3 cards. I don't want him drawing a bunch. Yeah, Inner Fire would have been nice to have. Yeah, Mind Control. I was a little worried about that. Well, now I'm glad we didn't buff up that guy even more.
Job's done.
You know, you look at Spiteful Smith, you know, 4/6 for 5. It's not the greatest of stats. It doesn't have a great enrage ability, so I don't know. It wouldn't be bad in a weapon deck. 2 Mind Controls, really? That's ridiculous. Well, the good thing is we can kill him pretty easily. Well, no, we can't because we can't double Holy Fire. It's probably GG. Well, he took it so he could Inner Fire it and make it a 9/9. 13, 16. Well, Holy Fire will heal us for 5, though. Let's do that. problem is we can't kill that enraged smith. Another inner fire. Wow, this guy got a really good priest deck. I'm not sure why we're playing him at 0-1. We can do 7 points of damage and maybe live another turn.
Job's done.
4-0 the dream. The dream's not alive because we're already 0-1. So that dream would be 4-1.
The gates are open.
Jeez. That enraged smith is just taunting us. The spiteful smith, I should say. Twilight Drake. Let's see. Best we can do is get back to 15 health. Oh, you're 4-0. Well, that's good. Nothing here we can do, I don't think. So, let's just Alexstrasza ourselves. Let's Alexstrasza him for shits and giggles.
Job's done. You have best.
Alright, so this whole ARAM idea is not as fun as I thought it would be. Although, the whole point of it is to be random, right? Would have been awesome if we got really good deck. Fortunately, we did not. Probably next arena run, I'll look and see what my quests are, and we'll try to take a quest class at least. Would you guys rather play arena, or would you rather play some of the mage deck? My guess is arena, since y'all have seen the mage deck aplenty. My kitty cat has decided to join the stream. Alright, let's see if we can pull one win with this deck at least.
Shall bring victory.
The interesting thing about rogues, for those of you who haven't seen the Mana Grind tournaments that happened these last couple weeks, Mana Grind is a Hearthstone community group, really active in the competitive scene, and they have partnered with MLG now to run weekly tournaments. NA tournament is on Saturday, EU tournament I think is also Saturday. Anyway, very long way of saying that the winner of the EU tournament was actually a rogue, which is pretty impressive given the patch nerfs. So, thought that was kind of cool.
Give it a shot.
I still run into some pretty good rogues. I think the only viable deck I've really seen now is basically Miracle Rogue, which isn't as strong as it used to be, but can still pack a pretty big punch. If I'm playing a rogue, I always make sure that if I have a polymorph, I keep it in my hand.
I'll give it a shot.
So this Alarmabot's going to get to pull something from his hand. Hopefully it's not anything really big.
Pass me that Heartlight spanner.
Yeah, I've got no way to deal with the Alarmabot, really. Oh, I can Shadow Madness it. And then do nothing with it.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
I'll give it a shot.
I've got a huge gun.
The thing about Alarmabot, though, is you don't get to use their battle cries. So both those minions, yeah, you got to summon them for 3 mana, but you didn't get to use their battle cries at all. Yeah, not the best Alarmabot minions.
Drink with me, friend.
We didn't play Alarm Bot this time. We would have been able to kill it if he did. We can take control of his Brewmaster. Run it into his Gnomish Engineer. It's an interesting choice. Not quite sure why he did that.
Challenge accepted. Remember, kill Talos.
Yeah, you never know. He might. Who knows? Maybe he had Gromish Hellscream sitting in his deck. I doubt it, but I'm so used to playing Mage. I was looking for my Fireball to kill that Fin Creeper. Could play Abomination, but
Remember, kill Talos. Job done.
it's not in a terrible spot. I mean, 30 to 18 obviously is pretty good. We'll see. We may actually pull a win out with this this deck after all.
What now?
Pay attention, class.
The Rogue beat you, AW?
I am ready to learn.
Well, that's not good. Now he's 6'6".
I am ready to learn.
I would have used that on my Fin Creeper and hit me for 9 or 8. All right. This time,
Kill Talos.
go ahead and get the Abomination down. Heal up.
Job done.
Hopefully he doesn't have any silence. I have been playing my mage deck quite a bit. I'm up to level 34, 35, 36, something like that. Leveling gets pretty slow. If you win even a long game, your health bar only goes up maybe... Your leveling bar only goes up maybe 10%. I want my mage so I can hero power and kill that guy.
Try this.
Another Alarma bot.
That was an error.
Blood and plunder.
Yes, me and Mr. Bite.
Job done. The blade be thirsty.
I'll blind him with my heals. That Frothing Berserker is going to be rough. Good thing is we'll be able to kill that Fin Creeper now.
I've got a huge gun.
Problem is he's got a Frothing Berserker right behind it that we still can't get to. I think it may actually be time for Alex Strazi here. It'll at least force him to make a tough decision. Could just Lord of the Arena, though. Be a 2-for-1 trade. We would take 8, twin, and then Alexstrasza next turn.
The gates are open. Job's done.
I think that's the right play. So hopefully he 2-for-1s the Lord of the Arena, gets a little greedy, and hits us for 10. If he just removes the Lord of the Arena, that wouldn't be quite as good. So yeah, it looks like he's going to 2-for-1, or at least, let's see. Alright. Problem is Alexstrasza is going to put us back to 15, but then we're just going to probably die the next turn anyway. He was smart to keep that taunter there, though, because we really can't. So we play Alexstrasza this turn. He's going to kill us next turn for 15. Oh, Holy Fire. Oh, Holy Fire can kill the Frothing Berserker. So there's hope.
Job's done.
There is hope anew. I don't mind eating an axe, though, as long as it doesn't kill me, because I can play Alexstrasza next turn and get back to 15. That Alarma bot. Nuts. So we could take a risk here. He can do 6 points of damage. I'm taking the risk.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Job's done.
Yeah, Heroic Strike would kill me, but I'm assuming it's a minion in his hand, based on Alarma bot. Well, he had 2 cards. That was a bug. It looked like he only had 1. Because if we can survive, his Arcanite Reaper will be gone. He's smart. He's keeping that taunter just alive enough. 3, 4, 7. We can heal up some more here. All right.
I've got a huge gun.
My eyes are open.
Push forward.
So staying alive. Now I wonder. I think if I use Alexstrasza on him, he's gonna keep his armor. I'm pretty sure. So, well, he really wants to keep that taunter alive. So we can do 5. We can't cast both of those. It's 11 mana. So never mind. Let's see here.
Of course.
Oh, it removes all the armor? Interesting. I did not know that.
Forward.
So that would actually be worth it here.
I bring life.
Job's done.
Huh, look. It didn't do that. So that's interesting. That just goes to show that Blizzard, that in the background of the game, basically it adds armor to your health and considers it 1 value. Huh.
Of course.
Guess I should have played the Twilight Drake first,
I
right?
will mourn.
Job's done.
So yeah, so basically that's just proof that in the programming, armor is just considered effective health.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
This is GG. GG.
I will mourn.
Ooh, just barely got that one. Well, at least it's not 0-3 with the ARAM deck. There's a way to silence armor. I don't think you can silence armor. I don't think there's a way to get rid of armor except doing damage, right? I really do think the game, obviously that's proof right there that the game looks at armor as effective health.
Anduin versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
I'm gonna actually take a screenshot of that in the when I do the video and post it up on Reddit and maybe even Twitter. You can freeze a champion.
Job's done.
Even if you silence a champion, does that get rid of their armor? Really? I've never seen that. Yeah, Urshock would do it. Isn't the single target dispel that priest that can be cast on champions, right? Or at least it's not just minions. So the known issue says Alex Strada's battle cry effect will remove armor to lower health to 15. I mean, I guess that is technically true is what happened because it did lower the armor, but it should have just gotten rid of the armor and set it to 15. I don't know. That was weird. I'm gonna heal myself just for fun. I'll heal myself out of habit to make sure I don't forget when I actually can heal myself. Let's see here. Well, I think if he's going to play a Jungle Panther, then so should we.
Mind if I roll knee?
Twilight Drake won't be terrible this next turn. So he's not attacking with his stealth guy. If I attack with mine, he's going to trade it with his loot hoarder. He'll get a card. I'm going to end my turn. Next turn, I'll probably play the Dread Corsair, get a taunt up, and then I'll attack with the stealth minion. Ooh, arcane missiles. Woo! That was lucky. If he had killed the Jungle Panther, I would have felt really stupid. Oh, he really wants to save that Jungle Panther for something.
Blood and plunder.
Got lots of options next turn. We'll see where it's at. Probably will Nightblade or Zerdrake. We could Earthen Ring Farseer and Mind Blast though, as well.
I wonder.
I don't think you can lose armor from silence, but the only way I think you can lose armor, I don't know. I think the only way you can lose armor is to take damage.
I hope you like my invention.
My eyes are open. Job's done.
I mean, really the way Alexstrasza should work is just set your health to 15 and your armor should stay whatever your armor is. I mean, that's
I've got a huge
what the card says. So we're probably gonna use Alexstrasza here to drop her health to 15, so I'm not gonna use Nightblade just yet. You know what? Just gonna trade if I do that.
Just me and Mr. Fighty.
Job's done.
So Alexstrasza on turn 9 will set him to 15 health. We can do 6 point of damages on turn 10. Question is just, can we live long enough for all this to happen? I think we can. We can gain control of his minion, run him into that. Yep. Sorry, Nazara. You finished what, 5 and 2 then? That's not a terrible. That's 5 and 3. That's not bad. If you get 5 or 6 wins in arena, you're doing pretty decent.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
Alright. Doing Alexstrasza here. Then we're going to take 10 points of damage. And if he has a polymorph, it's GG.
I wonder.
Let's roll the dice.
I bring life.
Job's done.
If he has a Pyroblast, it's game. If he has a Polymorph, it's game. Oh, there's Polymorph. Oh well.
Mind if I roll need?
Well, not looking good.
I've got a huge gun.
We can stay alive. He's got 10 points of damage, though, on the board. Now, if I draw, it won't do me any good. I've got to heal.
Well played.
I mean, he's got like 18 different ways he could kill me. If he has, like, Fireball, Arcane Missiles,
I'm flying.
Rocket and Reckless Rocketeer will do it. Oh well. 1 in 3. But at least we got one win with the ARAM deck, right? Whenever you're taking Spiteful Smith on a priest. Well, opening cards is a little anticlimactic now, considering that the only thing I need is Goldens at this point. We'll go ahead and open the pack, though. See what we got. We got a legendary. Oh, we got a golden legendary. It's pretty cool. Tink Master Overspark. Golden legendary. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Alright. Time for arena run number